discuss is a burning issue in the next slide onwards only. 2A 3B mismatch notices and notices received where the supplier has not made payment of GSTR in GSTR-3B. वो दो तो burning issues है, we are going to discuss in the next slide. These are the grounds of defenses. Extremely important next 10 slides where we can quote these particular case laws, grounds of defenses in our replies to these notices. No reply to notice of reversal of ITC when supplier has not paid tax. First thing, और मैंने साथ में ये भी लिखा हुआ है common case laws for ground of ITC mismatch और 2A and 3B. Right? ये देखिए ये सब case laws में दो तीन चीज common आता है, right? वो उसका reference देते हैं, उसका reference देते हैं, favorable आ जाता है. 2-3 things you need to understand. First thing is, in case where the buyer is legitimate, he has not done any collusion with the supplier. Supplier has defrauded payment of a GST. Please go and catch the supplier first. Initiate recovery from the supplier, do section 79, do section 86A, attach his bank statements, do provisional attachment, catch him. Only in exceptional cases where the supplier is absconding, where the supplier does not have any assets, gone bankrupt, where the supplier is no more alive, where his business is not there anymore, or in the case of connivance or collusion or fraud, then only please resort to the last option of going to the recipient, genuine recipient, and asking him to reverse his input tax rate because it's a double whammy for him. First तो हम अपना जेब से पेमेंट करें उसको GST, उसके बाद में अपने टैक्स क्लेम करे और उसके बाद में यू आर आस्किंग मी ओनली टू रिवर्स व्हेन ही वो अपना जेब गरम करके रखा है, ही हैज नॉट मेड द पेमेंट.
इसके केस में तो जजमेंट भी है कलकत्ता हाई कोर्ट.
देयर आर मेनी. Calcutta High Court judgment has come out in Suncraft Energy, last one.
Yes.
And in LGW, I'll discuss that, sir. So ये main मंत्रा है. ये सब में आप ये देखेंगे without first examining the supplier, please initiate recovery proceeding under the supplier, etc., etc. We can quote all of this. It's very popular case law. D.Y. Bethel Enterprises. Second is Honorable Chhattisgarh High Court. Here also only in exceptional circumstances जो मैंने अभी mention किया है, catch hold of the recipient who is genuine. Otherwise, please go and catch the particular supplier. This is also a common ground for 2A 3B mismatch. Supreme Court judgment in Bharti Airtel, landmark in all the ways. The Supreme Court judgment in Airtel had a different object, but they did good to us in these notices. Reason being they have branded the term of GSTR-2A as facilitators, enablers of helping us determine our self-assessment tax when paying GSTR-3B. It is not a mandate that the invoice has to appear in 2A. Where is the condition? I told you, sir, section 16 subsection 2 has been categorically, unequivocally, explicitly clear up to 31st of December 2021, 4 conditions. If that is satisfied, 2A का कहाँ में matching का कहाँ पर law में लिखा हुआ है? Only a rule had come out, rule 36 sub rule 4. But how can the rule supervene your act, primary legislation? वो रूल खुद ही जूझ रहा है. इतने सारे केस लॉज मतलब कि जो अभी रिट्स फाइल हुए हैं, फाइनल सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज नॉट डिसाइडेड ऑन दैट. What does this case law say? 2A is an enabler, facilitator, facility. Right to claim input tax credit should not be rejected in case such credit does not appear in 2A 2B. 2A is a facilitator, functions, features, etc. Okay? So we can quote this particular case law. Honorable Calcutta High Court in LGW, in Unpaid Industries, etc., etc. All of that they are saying, if your genuine transaction, bona fide transaction, made the payment, no fraud, nothing, etc., you've done your due diligence, then why? What is the problem? Delhi High Court Arise India, extremely popular, this one. A man cannot be forced to do something which he cannot do. Sir, would you categorize this as an impossible task? You going to your supplier every day and catching his collar and asking him, sir, whether have you filed GSTR-3B? Oh, sir, have you filed? So please show me the entire calculation. I want to see the 2 rupees which I have paid you, 20,000 whatever, against the supply which I have purchased. Have you made the 20,000 collected from me, made the payment in your 3B? How is that possible? That only the supplier and his accountant would be able to say, right? So that is an impossible task in the eyes of law. How can you ask someone to do something which is impossible? Something that is impossible. Law cannot predict or anticipate. The selling dealer may or may not deposit the tax collected to the government. Absence of any material evidence in the hands of Departmental collusion, as I've already told you. Now, if as sir said, purchasing dealer has done all the necessary steps to verify selling dealer, valid registration, proper tax invoice, goods have been received, so these particular cases can be cited. Honorable Bombay High Court doctrine of impossibility, which I was just talking about in Indian Seamless. a recipient cannot be expected to keep a track of whether the selling dealer has indeed deposited the tax so collected.
Just now I have received the judgment of the Kerala High Court.
Suncraft Energy.
ITC cannot be denied to.
Exactly. Suncraft Energy, it came out in June. I'll just discuss that in the next
September
slide.
12.
September 12.
September
There is
12.
another case law which has come from Kerala High Court just yesterday, 12 September, as you were mentioning. Daya, some name is there. Here Bombay High Court. So you cannot, this is an impossible task, right? So this law phrase you can use, lex non cogent ad impossibilia, means a man cannot be asked to do something which is impossible. The decision of Honorable Punjab and Haryana High Court is also mentioned here. Law cannot anticipate a possible, virtual impossible eventuality. Decision of Honorable Calcutta High Court is mentioned here. Right? So department has been vested with all the powers to catch hold of the defaulting supplier. Why are you coming to me first? Don't come to me first. Go to the supplier first. Initiate an investigation. Do everything which you are possible. If you are unable to recover, then please come to me. Calcutta High Court, as sir was mentioned, sir had just mentioned this Suncraft Energy Private Limited. This had come out last month only. Here it is categorically mentioned that GST department ought to have taken action against selling dealer, and until and unless it is an exceptional case. What are exceptional cases? Collusion, selling dealer is missing, closed down his business, does not have asset, considered contingency, then please come to me, right? Madras High Court, similarly everything out here is mentioned. KK Industries, Supreme High Court, this is also a very important landmark judgment. You cannot practically, it will be impossible for me to conduct my business. Every day I have to send my person to the selling dealer. Oh sir, you have filed your 3B. All that is not possible. Press release does not have any legal force, but it has a persuasive value. Okay. So press release dated this 4th of May 2018. It is mentioned also in the Council, GST Council 28 GST Council meeting. Automatic reversal of credit is not required to be done by the recipient in case the supplier has defaulted in payment of GSTR-3B or in GSTR-3B. Only in exceptional situations like same thing, missing dealer, closure of business, that please come to us. Press release is saying 1, 2, 3B. Anyone remembers 1, 2, 3? Earlier, what used to happen? Earlier, this was always kept in abeyance. This was never activated. What used to happen, sir? The initial idea envisaged for GST. What was that? I am a seller. I am going to upload all my invoices in GSTR-1. It will automatically go to GSTR-2A. 2A of the recipient, right? It will go there. Then the recipient would add, modify, delete. He will have that opportunity. अरे सर, ये तो आपका B2C आप डाल दिए तो B2B था. मेरा कहाँ है? गायब हो गया. Amount गलत है. Invoice value गलत है. Place of supply गलत है. Please rectify. So he is going to file his GSTR-2. See and modify, delete in GSTR-2A. It will auto-populate in GSTR-1A of supplier. While filing the final GSTR-3 return, he is going to add, modify, delete again in 1A. Whatever the recipients have sent. So there are two opportunities of add, modify, delete that has been taken away by the department. Is that fair? That is not fair. So I am absolutely at the mercy of my supplier. If within 11th of the next month, if he has not uploaded my invoice in his GSTR-1, I am gone for that month, my capital has been blocked, working capital. So this can be the ground of defense. I've already mentioned there are a few case laws here. I've already mentioned this unavailability of any window for us to see invoice-wise level matching, etc. Additional ground for cases of only 2A and 3B. Those were for 2A, 3B also, which I had mentioned. These are additional grounds. Sir, we have already discussed this. Extremely important. 4 conditions. Invoice, good services we should receive, supply should pay, and fourth, we need to file a 3B. If we have done that up to 31st December 2021, means 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, 20, 21, 21, 22, 20, 122 up to 31st of December 2021. This is valid, right? The precondition of the input tax credit being communicated in GSTR-1, appearing in GSTR-2B of the recipient, then you claiming it in 3B, all that came in from the 1st of January 2022 in the law itself as section 16 subsection 2 clause AA, right? The input tax credit is an indefeasible and vested right. Okay, it is not a constitutional right, but it is a benefit provided under the GST Act, but it is still indefeasible. We can quote these particular case laws for that. GSTR-2A, sir, when was it introduced? 17-18, was it there? No. While we were making 3B returns, it was not there. It only came in phase wise from September 2018, and later that was made available in a phased manner. When we were making returns at that point in time, we did not have access to our GSTR1. Later on, when we were doing 99C, 2-3 years later, then we had access. Here again, sir, this is a very unique case law. Honorable Odisha High Court in Shiva Jyoti Construction, Calcutta High Court and TMC High Tech. What did it say? The court said, okay, you are saying that, okay, I accept. You are saying that in GSTR-2A, 2B it is not appearing, no problem. I am ordering the GST department to make a facility to open the portal for 17, 18, 18, 19 for the supplier, make amendment in GSTR1, upload those missing invoices and rectify those missing invoices so that it appears today in GSTR-2B or 2A of the recipient and he claims it today. This was also a landmark judgment. You know. Here it's a revenue neutral situation. 1, 2, 3B I have already mentioned. It is kept in abeyance. The opportunity for add, modify, delete, all that has been taken away. Agrawal and Brothers is also case so recent 2 months ago. Saying the same thing, sir. Taxpayers should not bear the consequences of a supplier's mistake. Right? So these are so many. This is one of the most important slides again which I would like to mention. Next 2-3 slides are also extremely important. Sir, 2A 3B mismatch cases, please hear properly. A circular call 183/15/2022 dated 27 December, this had come out. What does this say? Circular from the department. Sir, what is a circular? Circular is an order by CBIC which has to be complied by the GST officers. It is optional for us, but it has to be mandatorily complied by the GST officers, right? So this is a circular. It has legal value. In these 4 cases, we can get relief of 2A 3B. What are these 4 cases and what do we have to do? First case, our supplier has not filed his GSTR1 only. So invoice is not, obviously it cannot come in 2A. Second case, our supplier has filed his 1 and 3B, but he has missed out our invoices. It will not come in 2A, 2B. Third case, our supplier has filed his 1 and 3B, but instead of B2B transaction, he has shown my transaction as B2C. It is not appearing in 2A, 2B. Fourth situation, he has filed his GSTR1 and 3B, but he has shown my invoice against some other GST. So my 2A, 2B will not be auto-populated with that. What does the department say? Department says that we are, sir, no problem. If the mismatch of 2A and 3B is more than 5 lakh rupees for one particular party, I am saying, for one particular party, for 17, 18, 18, 19, sir, these 2 years only. Later on, I will tell you another circular has come out. This is only for 17, 18, 18, 19. If 5 lakh rupees, mismatch more than 5 lakh rupees between 2A and 3B, what are you supposed to do? You go to a chartered accountant or a CMA and you get a certificate. What is written in the certificate format is provided, I will show you.
Certificate from vendor.
Certificate from vendor will be in the case when it is lesser than 5 lakh. Less than 5 lakh. This is also from vendor. Vendor you can get, but it has to be certified by CA and CMA because value is of a higher amount. Right? What does the CA have to or the vendor have to certify? That I have actually provided the supply of goods. Second, I have made the payment of the tax collected from the recipient. I have made it to the government exchequer. In these 2 things, he has to write in the particular format which I will show. If the tax mismatch is more than 5 lakh rupees for that particular one party for 17, 18, 18, 19, get that certificate, get it attested, show it to the department. He will verify whether it is block credit, whether it is time barred, etc. and he will drop the proceeding in regard to this point. Sir has said if it is up to 5 lakh rupees, mismatch for one particular party, 2A, 3B, for 17, 18, 18, 19 only, you can get the certificate from the vendor itself. Where he is mentioned, what is he mentioned? This is the certificate. Where is he mentioned? This paragraph does not pertain to us. In respect of the invoices, he has not filed his GSTR1. No, he has filed. So I will delete this paragraph. Here it is mentioned he has filed 1 and 3B, but he has missed my invoices. I will keep this because this is my case. I will remove all the other paragraphs. Right? This is the particular format. So what will happen here? If I receive this particular certificate from the supplier, I am going to give it to my proper officer only in ongoing proceedings of scrutiny, audit, investigation, that this can be availed. मेरा केस खत्म हो गया, पैसा पेमेंट कर दिया, सब बैठ गए, उसके बाद में नोटिफिकेशन सर्कुलर आई कम टू नो प्लीज ओपन द केस, रिवाइव द केस. नो, it will not happen. Case closed, once closed, it's closed. Okay. You can use this, however, for ongoing cases, right? This is the amendment. Circular number 193/05/2023. This is 183, 193. Okay. This came out 1.5 months ago. Extremely important for us for the period from 1st April 2019 till 31st December 2021. 21, sir, because from 1st January 2022 your section 16 subsection 2 clause AA came.
21.
So because so till 21 we have to see, sir, for that period. So how many financial years are covered? 1920, 2021, 21, 22 up to 31st December 2022. What does this say, sir? See this example, sir. Everything will be clear. This I've broken up. Okay, why broken up? Because of rule 36 sub rule 4. When did rule 36 sub rule 4 come? What is the rule say? Do we remember? Rule 36 sub rule 4 came, it mentioned if you have 3 lakh rupees in 2A, no problem, sir. I understand the plight. I will allow you 20% additional credit for that particular month. For which period? From 1st of April, from 9th of October to 31st of December. I'm going to apply. Okay. Let us see one by one. 1st April 19 to 8th October. That time whether the rule was there. Whether section 16 subsection 2 clause AA was there, that too is out of question because it came from 1st January 2022. But whether rule 36 sub rule 4 was there or not, no. It came on 9th of October 2019. So this period is so exempted, full benefit. What is the benefit? 3 lakh comes in 2A. 2 lakh worth of suppliers, they've not uploaded. I've done self-assessment, correct, 5 lakh rupees I've claimed. 2 lakh rupees, I can take the undertaking from my vendor, all the vendors combined. It is not per vendor. This is for my entire period in this example. So 2 lakh rupees for 20 vendors, 20,000, 5,000, 10,000, 2,000. I can go to my vendors, I can get the certificate from them. And I can claim this 2 lakh rupees for this period only. For the next period, 9th October, now from 9th October, the benefit becomes partial. It is not full benefit. What is the partial benefit from 9th October to 31st December 2019? Sir, 3 lakhs I am allowing. That I am allowing. But 20% or more I am allowing. So 3,60,000 worth of input tax credit you were eligible to claim at that point in time. Correct or no? Correct. You had claimed 5 lakh. So it is a mistake from that time only. You have to reverse 1,40,000. How can I allow you 5 lakh rupees now? By some circular notification or this certificate? No. अरे आपका हक बनता है 3,60,000 का ही, आप 5 लाख कैसे क्लेम कर सकते हैं? You cannot claim 5 lakh rupees. This is wrong. So 3,60,000. So declaration can be filed for only the additional amount of 60,000 and 1,40,000 no benefit as per this circular. Similarly, this is what, sir? 20%. It reduced to 10% in 2020 COVID period. तो 3 लाख रुपया 2A में आया. 3,30,000 तक आप क्लेम कर सकते थे पूरे साल. आपने क्लेम किया सर 5 लाख. ये तो गलत है. So now at this point in time, the department will say ठीक है 3 लाख तो मैं छोड़ रहा हूँ because 2A में है आपका, 30,000 भी मैं छोड़ सकता हूँ because that was your legible credit at that point in time. But I will not allow you 1,70,000 because you have violated the rule. But ये सब चीज contest हो सकता है with all those grounds of defenses which I mentioned, right? ये तो एक circular का बात कर रहा हूँ मैं. This is a circular, right? But you can contest, you will say no sir, full 5 lakh rupees I am eligible because matching with 2A was not a condition up to 31st December 2022. Try to understand sir, 2021. This I am explaining as per the circular. Department जो छुट्टा free में दे रहा है, मतलब कि आपको 30,000 दे रहा है, 3 लाख दे रहा है, department clearly दे रहा है. You have to fight for 1,70,000. But you can easily fight because you have all those case laws and everything. 1st January 2021 to December 21, 5% provisional credit, right? So 3 lakh था, 3 lakh 15. For only 15,000 we can claim. Now from 1st January 2022 onwards, this amount is 0. Sir, why? Because from 1st January 2022, the Act only has amended, na? Rule section 16 subsection 2 clause AA says that whatever amount is in your 2B, you have to claim in that period. Nothing else. So here there is no question of undertaking. Practical challenges of applicability of circular. Sir, we are talking about audit last month for 18, 19, 19, 20 for instance. They are saying कि आप मेरे को सर्टिफिकेट लाई दे. सर 6 साल पुराना ट्रांजैक्शन पहले तो खोजे, उसके बाद में चेज दैट पर्टिकुलर वेंडर. If I'm not in good terms, if he's closed his business, he's not available, not cooperative, if he's passed away during COVID, whatever, n number of reasons. This is very practically challenging. Secondly, with CA sir, in the same mind, without checking the books of the supplier, whether he's actually made the payment to the government, he is going to put his signature. Very risky. Very risky. He's going to put his signature, oh, the supplier has actually paid to the government and supplier has given the supplier. Supplier has given the supplier availability, all that fine. But he's made the payment. He's filed his 3B, but do we know whether he's made the payment actually or not against my supplier? No, we don't know. It's very risky. This is the certificate which I have format I've shown you.
What will be happen?
Sir,
if
this
if the CA or the vendor will not give the certificates,
sir, in case
as per the circular 183 and 193.
in case the CA more than 5 lakh rupees it is there, the CA will ask you for a list of documents. If you were to come to me and ask me that sir, मेरा 5 lakh रुपया का difference है for this particular vendor, I have to attest it with my signature and UTIN that the supplier has actually paid that 5 lakh rupees to the government.
Correct.
If I am satisfied that the supplier has paid, I will get one undertaking from him that okay, I have paid the payment and my GSTR-3B copy is here, my GSTR-1 copy is here, kindly just match. My working is there. If he is a cooperative vendor, the CA may be cooperative with you, but without the document, it is very difficult for professionals to put their signature without them having the full details. Just out of emotions or something, this can backfire on you and backfire on the professional itself. So this is a challenging area.